let's talk about Runway 34. This is a movie that I really wanted to love. However, it just ended up being kind of alright. This movie stars Ajay Devgn and is also directed by him. I think his performance is really good in here. He plays this kind of suave and very self-confident pilot. I think his direction, especially in the first half of this movie, is really good. He really sets up tension. The flight itself is exhilarating, and there are moments where I'm actually fearing for these people. However, after the plane sequence, it goes into the second half of the movie, which is more of the procedural courtroom drama about the mistakes that were made. This is where it becomes a little weird for me. It becomes a little melodramatic. It's a little over the top, and it starts contradicting itself in terms of what it's trying to say. While I think the second half of this film is really flawed and it kind of contradicts itself, especially with the stuff it tries to set up, I think the standout is Amitabh Bachchan. His performance is just phenomenal. He really sells what he's trying to say, and he is a convincing lawyer that is all about the rules and trying to get to the bottom of things. There are some messy subplots here and there, but ultimately, the more that this movie goes on, and especially at the end, I was more let down. Because again, this movie is directed really well. I think Ajay Devgn does a really good job of directing, and he has a really good style for creating tension and drama. But it's the script and the messiness of it all where it doesn't really follow through on things that it sets up, and then ultimately it feels pointless at the very end. While I don't think this is a bad movie by any means, I think the final minutes of this movie really let you down. And ultimately, the only reason to even watch this movie is if you're a Ajay Devgn fan and a Amitabh Bachchan fan and you want to see two actors give pretty solid performances. And I still think that first half of the movie could have been an incredible movie by itself, because I think there's a lot of good things going on in the beginning. Second half, man.